Right. So, I want to talk about. um, First of all, I was just meditating. Well, I was doing some breath work, and I just came to the realization that our solar plexus is a representation of the sun, and a lot of what I see or what I saw while I was doing my breath work was yellow light, orange light, and red light, and it kind of reminded me of the sunset. So I was thinking how everything is as within, so without. So my solar plexus was representing the sun, and I could see the sunset inside of me. So it's like a internal representation of it. It reminded me of it, and it was beautiful because it's the colors that I see a lot, and the colors inside of me are also inside the world. But I was thinking of the sun and how it's in a blue sky, and the sun represents our solar plexus, and the blue sky represents the throat chakra, which is also representation of 5D. Um, and how the sun is kind of like encompassed by the sky, because the sky is never ending. The sky doesn't end at all. Like, it's infinite. But the sun is kind of, well, it's not even kind of, it's finite in its appearance, but it's infinite in its output, I would say. Well, to my understanding, it's infinite. So I can't say that it's finite, but I can say that the sky is infinite. And I was thinking how the heart is in between the sun. I'm sorry, the solar plexus and the throat chakra. And you have yellow and you have blue. And these two colors put together make up the color green, which represents the heart chakra. But it's unseen to our eyes, like in the physical representation, the representation of the sun and the sky. Like, we don't see it in the world. We just see, like, we see the sun, and then we see the sky, and we don't see the color green, which the vibrations on the planet right now, you don't really see a lot of heart chakra. You don't really see a lot of people who are truly a representation or truly sharing the feeling or expression or frequency of love. And the sky to a lot of people is unattainable, except for people who, take flights, or they're in a plane, or birds or animals. Since birds can fly, they are in the sky, and man himself has attempted to follow the path of birds by building airplanes to fly, to get that ability to go to the sky, to soar in the sky, just like birds do. But beyond that, well, connected to that, actually, coincidentally, I want to talk about parallel universes. The parallel universes exist inside of us. Like, there was an article that came out recently about how they discovered that there is a parallel universe that runs, I want to say they said beside ours, but it runs backwards as ours is running forward, which is something that we represent, or something that I've been talking about on this channel for quite some time, but I haven't really articulated it in that way. But the way that it connects to us is our past life and our present life. And this is gonna be kind of this might be kind of long, but if you stay with me, it's gonna make a lot of sense. And if it doesn't make sense right away, just look at it again, watch this again, and then it'll begin to make more sense. But as I was talking about before with the gut brain exists inside of us, and it's represented as our intestines and our digestive system. How we process the world, how we process food that we take from the world, or that we put into our bodies. And the intestines represents the intestines has a lot of our old patterns and old thoughts. A lot of the things that we have taken in over time exist inside of our intestines, and it holds a lot of our patterns and holds a lot of our thoughts. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because our mind does not exist outside of, well, I'm going to say our subconscious mind, because I need to do a little bit more research on this one. But I will say that I think I'm pretty close to figuring out like the truth about this, or how I want to express it to my understanding, at least at this point in time. But your subconscious mind is also it represents can be represented in your digestive process, because you don't think about your digestion. Your digestion is something that happens automatically, and it's a function of the body. So since your digestive process is something that's unconscious, and we know that a lot of your unconscious is, old thoughts, old patterns, and things like that, and it can be represented as your digestive system. A lot of the stuff that you have inside of your gut, the stuff that doesn't process, the stuff that, stays in your gut, that you don't eliminate from your body, it holds a lot of the thoughts in, a lot of the things that you want in it, or there's a lot of the things that you don't want in it, like things that you like, things that you don't like. For instance, like the things that you like tend to stay with you. It tends to be incorporated into your body. And the things that you don't like, or that your body doesn't, know about, or isn't sure about, it stays in your gut. It stays in your gut, and it causes your mind to either have or give you or project to you different thoughts about different things. Like sometimes you'll have like reoccurring thoughts about things that you're not aware of why it's happening, or you're not comfortable with, your mind isn't mentally comfortable with, or it's not sure how you feel about it. So you'll have negative thoughts about it, or you'll have thoughts about something and it's kind of confused with something else, because your mind is like between wanting to eliminate something and not being sure of it, like not being sure of if it's something that you want it to be incorporated into you, or into who you are, into your being. I was gonna say and the thoughts could be like, you could be thinking about something positive about a person, or you could be thinking positive about something, just like something general, but you could be doing like a specific task at that time, and that thought is something that could be held on to, and your mind does not know if it's something that you are sure about, or it's not something that that it's aware of. How do I say that? Not something that it knows if you want to eliminate. I think I said that twice. That's okay. That's okay. But you have to think about it like this. Your mind is like a miner. It goes down into your intestines. It like finds stuff. Like when you think about something, it looks through your intestines, your gut brain to find the specific things that it thinks that you want, or knows that you want. Like it helps you. It helps you now. It helps you out too. But It could also not help you if you get stuck into those thought patterns and not being aware of the fact that it's just simply a thought that's repeating. Like, because you can have an initial thought about something, and then you can have, and then when it reoccurs, when it happens over and over again, and you don't know why it's happening over and over again, it's because it's something inside of you that's not processed. It's something inside of you that you're not either finished with, or you're not either, or you haven't eliminated yet. But it's important for you to eliminate those thoughts. But it also ties to your past life as well. Like, as I said, like, we live in a parallel universe, because we live in a parallel universe, and and I'm laughing because, like, I'm repeating some of the stuff that I'm saying, because it's like the idea of we're living in a parallel universe is like very relevant even in this moment, but you can't see it because it's like you see into one world, like the past, and then you also see into the present, but you're not consciously aware of it a lot of times, unless you've built up that awareness. But like I was saying, like, you hold on to old things and your past life, but you have to gain a level of awareness that you're in this level of thinking, in this brain. You're thinking with this brain and not thinking with this brain. This brain sees things clearly, and it has I want to say it's not biased, but it's not stuck in old patterns of thinking. Like, it wants to experience new, or it experiences new things, and it seeks to experience new things. But that's kind of like where I wanted to go with that. Like, and that's why it happens, because this is a communication between your gut brain and your brain, your regular brain. It's just communication between the two, and it communicates through your spine. Like the messages go from your brain to your gut brain, and that's why you have, like, the communication. That's why it's like a parallel universe. But that's why it goes backwards in between time, because again, this represents your past life, or your past. But I was just thinking, as I was saying, that it goes through two different times, because your heart represents time. Again, like, as I was saying in a previous video, like, this is your own personal time, like your timekeeper. This is what allows you to be connected to time, or a specific time, is your heart, because of the way you breathe, and the way you consume, the way you do everything, like, is reflected by your heart and influenced by your heart. Like, the way that you view the world, the way that you treat other people, the way that you treat yourself, like, it's influenced by what exists in your heart. And the reason why I said the thing about you see the world in two different ways is because, and I'm gonna do a video on this as well, that your eyes, like, you see two different ways. Like, your left eye could see 20/20, and your right eye, or I think, I don't know how it goes. I think it's 20, and then your right eye could be like 30. Like, for instance, mine, I haven't checked my eyes in a while, but your eyes could see, one can see clearly, and the other one can see, like, not so clear, but it sees, like, or it makes it seem like it's seeing or looking at the exact same thing when it's not. And it could be just like behind, just like a fraction, or just like a little bit, but it still is able to see or make you believe that it's seeing the exact same thing when in fact it's not. But I'm gonna do a video on 20/20 vision, and because I think that should be a separate video. Yeah, I'm gonna do a video on 2020 vision too, as well, because I want to talk about something else to deal with that, because it deals with a lot of what's going on the planet and what is about to happen on the planet as well. But this isn't a long video, but I was thinking it was gonna be a long video, but that's okay. we'll do another video on the vision and what's going on right now with 2020. And so yeah. Anyway, I love you. Peace, love, and light, and wholeness, and I will catch you on the next video.